there are significant problems in the live entertainment search space. What we're finding is it's not something that companies like Ticketmaster is doing wrong or Live Nation is doing wrong. It's actually the way that search engines process a live entertainment request, right? So what's happening now is we think fans deserve a way to find what they want to buy, the authorized thing they want to buy at the right price, without having to search multiple sites to do that. Currently, there is no mobile app on the market that aggregates only primary points of purchase, which benefit both fans and live entertainment stakeholders. What do the stats say, right? So Michael Rapino runs a company called Live Nation. You might have heard of it. One of his most recent stats is that 40% of tickets from the venues go unsold each year. Now, a lot of these venues are big amphitheaters. They have lawn seats. Yes, that's a factor. Many sports teams would argue that that number is lower because of season tickets. We would agree. However, when a venue doesn't sell 40% of their tickets, artists and venues and ticketing companies and the people that have put up the money and the risk are losing money. So we've actually built a system that not only works for those entities that have spent business development dollars to get the contracts in place with specific venues, but we've actually created a search engine that excludes the entire secondary market, right? So what we're trying to do is help these venues sell every show out before a fan is forced to use a secondary market. An interesting stat is that 23% of all the CDs on Amazon are counterfeit. Who knew that stat? Yeah, I didn't know that stat until we did some research and found out that it really is a problem that artists are facing. And I'm sure, having worked at CD Baby, you might have some things to say about that. And what does it mean, right? So fewer fans, finding fewer authorized points of purchase means the live event stakeholders are losing money. Most specifically, the entertainer, right? We think that when a fan spends $1, they want most of that dollar to go to the thing that's entertaining them. Oops. So how does it currently work, right? This is how it currently works. The fan is in green on the left, and what they're doing is they're searching for specific things inside of a search engine. A Motley Crue ticket, New York Rangers jersey. What they're not doing is searching New York Rangers and then searching the New York Rangers website to find the authorized point of purchase, right? We all want the thing as fast as we can get it, so that's what we search for. Well, we've made it better. We made it so that you only have to go to one place to know that you're actually going to find that authorized point of purchase. This is extremely important when you're dealing with live events, because oftentimes, especially with paper tickets that you print out at home, it's first to the door. What that means is if I buy a ticket and I have it delivered by email, I can sell as many copies as I want, and the first person to the door is the only one let in. I could have sold 100 copies of that ticket. In addition to tickets, we have aggregated audio, video, and merchandise, as well as Uber, into our application. The idea is to be the place that the fan finds out about the event all the way until they return into their driveway after the event happens. So, we closed a small seed round in April. Happy to say that we had a beta for about 2 weeks, and the technology was so strong we just went live with it. So you can see that in the middle of April we launched, and the growth has been steady ever since. I'm happy to say that I submitted this to Erica last night, and we were at about 1,100 Facebook likes yesterday morning. We're at 1,360 right now, just to give you guys an idea of how the message is working. So, who's on the team? This is one of the things that I'm most proud of. The team that I'm working with has taken my idea literally from a napkin and built what is now valued at close to $2 million. Who are we? Vishal Kanwar is the guy that took my napkin and designed everything you see. The stickers, the app, the brochures, everything you see that has a logo on it is all Vishal's designs. Bernie is the former VP of Technology at Xerox. Robert Kemery has a master's degree in tax and really helps us do all of our projections and budgeting. Yanni Goldstein is actually a former employee of mine. And so it's a pleasure to be working with him again. Audrey Fain, former VP of Marketing at CBS Records. And yes, we do literally have rocket scientists building this application. They're both former Lockheed Martin, and they really brought a Fortune 500 attitude to our little tiny idea.
So you picked an incredibly hard space to rise above the noise, right? So to me as an investor, that screams it's going to take a whole lot of money to get you the kind of traction you're going to need to make money, right? So how are you going to rise above the noise?
Currently, the only product out there that comes close to what we're doing is Bands in Town. and they're only mapping music. In addition, there's a manual step that artists and entertainers have to take to get their dates on that platform. So they actually have a separate app that's called Bands in Town Manager, where a manager manages the input of information. We're pulling all that information automatically, direct from the ticketing companies. Back-end APIs, right? And we've created a proprietary database that then says if you're one of the entertainers selling tickets in one of these systems, we are associating your audio, video, and merchandise links inside of our proprietary database. So we think we've created a tool that separates us, but I wouldn't disagree with you, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be expensive. We understand that users are our currency, but we think we have a message that's really resonating, and I think the growth in Facebook specifically over the last few days, now that we've got our digital marketing under control and are learning a little bit more, we're really encouraged.
How long does it take you to sign up a music label to the platform?
We skipped over the labels. We skipped over the venues. We skipped over the artists and went right to the people who already have the data, which is the ticketing company. So we launched with about 8 ticketing companies. We've signed 2 more since the time of launch, since April. That would be Extreme Ticks in Houston and Tickley in Des Moines. And we're working on a couple of large deals right now that'll bring us up to somewhere around 70-72% of the
And
U.S.
what
market.
do the music labels think about this?
So the music labels really like it. Some of them are already doing the things that we would like to do. And again, I think CD Baby probably has some experience in this, but packaging CDs and T-shirts, right? Things like that, they're already doing for their specific artists. We would like to do that for every entertainer, even if they don't have a budget or a major label behind them.
David, thanks for sharing. That was a great pitch.
Thank you.
I'm trying to make this, I'm limited to one question, so I'm trying to think of the best one to ask.
I'll be here all night.
All right. So I'm trying to understand, I have a very kind of naive question that I think I missed in your presentation.
Sure.
Do you make money off transaction fees?
Correct. We make money the same way that Kayak or Priceline make money.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got that. Mm-hmm. So my real question then is, if you're down market in the long tail, small venues, small bands, maybe a couple of tickets on a show, you can have acquisition costs there. If you're up the scale, that's Ticketmaster realm. Where's your sweet spot?
Our tool can help every venue sell out before a fan is forced to use one of those secondary markets. Now, one of the reasons why fans are using those secondary markets is because ticket scalpers or secondary market players are spending approximately 15 times more on Google search ads than the venue. And so when you as a fan are searching in Google, for instance, for a ticket, you're seeing scalper, 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 venue, band, scalper, 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 scalper. So that's not going to change because that's how secondary players actually are selling tickets. And we think it's not that the fan doesn't want a ticket that's authorized, that they know is going to be at the box office, that was the advertised price, that can be replaced if it gets lost. We think the fan wants that. They just can't find it.